Satsang-111. The Ghost of Worry. 11th November, 1935. So up to this point, you have had the delusion of being an individual, a jiva. As soon as the concept of being a jiva is gone, the concept of God, Shiva, its counterpart, is also gone. The illusion Maya has appeared to be very fearsome, but it is really non-existent. It is only an illusion. The result of self-knowledge is complete fearlessness. Self-knowledge means that there is no fear of any beings. That life which has no fear of any beings is a formless life, and it is beyond even the transparent. It is not a material form that is perceivable by our senses. It cannot be destroyed by any experiments involving the 5 elements. It is not even touched by the sense of having knowledge. When the illusion is unreal, why should we harbor any fear of what will happen or how things will happen? In a dream, one may be afraid, but upon awakening, the fear is gone. In a similar way, when one is awakened to one's true nature, all fear is gone. Many ignorant people consult an astrologer to get their dreams interpreted. In a similar way, although this world is proven to be false, as soon as you worry, it shows that you are not using proper discrimination, viveka. Whenever there is worry, there is no bliss of knowledge. The only one who gets the enjoyment of this bliss is the one who is sure about his true nature. One whose mind is depressed is never free of anxiety, as he is suffering from the false notion of being an individual. One whose mind does not utilize discrimination and inquiry never asks why he should not worry. All people are taking on the veil of anxiety and dying of worry, but they never think about why they should not worry at all. You allow the dog of worry to enter and reach the shrine room, the inner sanctum of your own home. Worry is not helpful for anything. The question is, what should the formless self worry about? In every living being, there is strife going on day and night. Even the judge or the king is not free of anxiety because they do not investigate anxiety and even go to bed with anxiety. As soon as one puts his back to the bed, his worrying starts. Why, I ask? At least he should sleep peacefully. The next day when he gets up, there is going to be some benefit from taking a rest from the worry, which he gets during deep sleep. However, this man still never stops worrying. Even if there is some benefit or profit that has been gained, he still continues to worry. To awaken to the self is itself what is truly beneficial. So, I ask you, why should you be anxious? Whatever you want to do, you should do without anxiety. Because of worry, knowledge becomes impossible to gain, and spiritual knowledge is not grasped. What is destined to happen, happens. So why then should there be anxiety? Even the Lord, Sri Rama, had to go to live in the forest one fine morning, instead of sitting upon his throne. Thus, only what is destined to happen, happens. So why worry for anything? The bliss of Brahman as absolute pure consciousness is very delicate, very subtle. However, that great bliss is not possible because of worry. Those who are doing spiritual practice, all kinds of various sadhanas, with a desire to enjoy that bliss, must never worry. Only then can that bliss be attained. When the illusion of being a jiva is gone, the self is fully realized. Why should you have any anxiety? Illusion is only visible to the imagination. If you have no imagination, the illusion does not do anything. There is a story about a moneylender who was always worrying about what will happen if this or another thing were to take place. He was a very rich man with a large family, and he had a large number of cows and buffaloes and horses. He had many servants, and his house was always full of grains. Once during the days of the Diwali festival, after having a rich dinner with family members and children, he was comfortably reclining in his hall. At that time, he remembered that some years back there was a drought where many cattle in his town and other villages in the vicinity had died, and many other people were on the verge of death due to hunger. As he sat there in his comfortable surroundings, he remembered those past events, and he was overwhelmed with sorrow. Tears came to his eyes as he sat there in that depressed state. After a short time, his wife came and saw this. She was curious and asked what had happened and what was wrong. And he said, "My dear, if that situation comes again, what will happen?" And he started openly crying. His wife got up, went to where he was sitting, and also started crying. Seeing them there, some other women asked her, "What happened? Why are you crying?" And she said, "Nothing very serious, but if that situation comes again, what will happen?" It is often the case with rich, sophisticated people that whatever they are feeling, all the others around them also feel. So all the other people began to follow the lead of the man and his wife and started crying as well. All the servants and relatives also began to cry. Gradually this news spread through the town, and as he was a rich and famous man, the other nearby villages were also affected. Everybody was asking each other, "If that situation occurs again, what will happen?" Then, as the crying was everywhere, wise people began to inquire as to what was the fact behind all of this fuss. Respectable people went to the house of the rich man and asked him, "What is really the matter after all?" He then proceeded to tell the whole story of the drought in the past. Listening to this, they all became very surprised. This is the case with the whole world. Everything gets distorted by imagination. So do not think that this is only the story of that moneylender. This is your story. If one foolishly starts to worry without cause, everything gets twisted, and all the sense organs and bodily functions also get confused and worried and unhappy. All beings are constantly worrying about what will happen and how it will happen. This pathetic story about worry for the future is found everywhere. Man was born crying and will go on crying until the time of death. What is it that makes a corpse look good? It only looks good because of the sorrow of other people. If nobody cries, the corpse is not honored and does not really look so good. There is a saying, is there anybody who will lament about your death? And if someone doesn't lament, they say that he has no feeling. So you should think, why to cry? Why to worry? It's all right, be worried, but it should be true care, not worry. Why do you worry in vain? Be confident and certain. Only that which is destined to happen is going to happen. The tiger is definitely going to kill you and eat you, no matter what name you may give it. Then why should you not kill the anxiety that is needlessly created by the name? Destiny is going to play out as it will. Why worry about what will happen in the future? In short, bliss comes near where there is happiness. Similar to how some culture has to be added to milk in order to get yogurt out of it. In order to attain the state of highest bliss, you have to enjoy without worry. If a rich man worries more than the beggar, the rich man is worse than the beggar. Worry is such that it does not go without your dropping it. Even if you are given great prosperity, still you go on worrying. What can God do about it? What can God do for you if you do not let go of all worry? As you have lost the quality of discrimination, worry is always troubling you. The individual thinks that it is he who does everything and suffers accordingly. It is said that overwise is otherwise. The individual thinks in vain. Nobody ever does their work properly. Only I can do the work nicely. No good job can be done without me. In vain he always worries like this. You will not have peace if you continue to hold on to all of this worry. So let go of all worry. Come what may, you must be without anxiety. The illusion creates fear only for the one who is constantly worrying about what will happen and how it will happen. Those who worry are all going to die anyway. As soon as you project an image of what will happen, worry starts. You start worrying about a thing that is not even existing. Why do you let yourself become unhappy by being anxious about future things? Because you have lost the power of discrimination, you are worried. A madman imagines about happiness. You should be happy and content with whatever humble bread you get. One who worries even after getting the nectar of immortality is surely not interested in union with God. You see that another person is happy and you become unhappy. Why do you become unhappy by seeing someone else's happiness? It is because you think, I do not have what he has. How strange and surprising is the nature of the jiva. This is not a desirable condition. The reason for this criticism is that those who are indiscreet are unhappy. A beggar is free of any worry. In a way, he kicks the anxiety and eats his bread and chutney with royal majesty. Just see how he enjoys such a simple meal. All things are possible without feeling the need to worry. Never bother yourself unless circumstances really demand. Yet even then, whatever may be, let it be undisturbed. Only one who releases oneself from the clutches of anxiety is fit to possess this knowledge of Brahman. It is only he who can gain this knowledge. To the one who is joyful, bliss comes of its own accord. He enjoys bliss at all times. Grief joins grief, and sorrow joins sorrow. One who completely lets go of worry is the courageous man who rides the tiger. Lord Vishnu is reclining on the body of the most venomous serpent, and he is not afraid or worried about the extreme poison. The poisonous hissing of that serpent is not troublesome to him. On the contrary, it gives him joy. The one who is self-contented is enjoying the bliss of the self. That is why he is the spouse of the goddess Lakshmi, the deity of true wealth and riches. As he is in his own inner bliss, the goddess Lakshmi is massaging his feet. However, there you, as the individual, are at the feet of the perishable thing that is worry. And Maya is burning you for no reason. Let go of anxiety and be happy. Anxiety is poison. Why have that bitter taste in your mouth? Our own imagination becomes our enemy. You imagine that there is a ghost and it is demanding something from you, and then the worry becomes a daily affair. It possesses you and then it controls you totally. You must let go of illusion. Never imagine sorrow, nor let anxiety stick in your mind. Discard it by quiet discrimination, by subtle self-inquiry, recognizing that it is unnecessary and unessential. Then you are surely happy.